You ever have that feeling? You know exactly what you need to do, but you just can't start? It's so frustrating. Well, today, we're going to unpack that whole experience. Welcome to our explainer on what I call the one-day trap and how our own brains are secretly sabotaging our best plans. Ah, yes. The 4 most dangerous words in the English language. I'll start the diet tomorrow. I'll get to that project tomorrow. I'll clean out the garage. Yeah, one day. You know, it feels like we're making a plan, doesn't it? But what if I told you it's actually the most common lie we tell ourselves? It's this tiny little act of self-deception that we do all day, every day. So what is really going on here? I mean, if we know something needs to get done, why are we so good at pushing it off? That's the big question we're going to tackle. And I'll tell you right now, the answer has nothing to do with being lazy. It's all about a weird little quirk in how your brain sees the future. Okay, so to really get this, we have to diagnose the problem first. And that diagnosis starts by introducing you to someone you think you know really well, but who your brain basically sees as a complete stranger. And that person is your future self. Okay, here's the fancy psychological term for it: temporal self-displacement. It sounds complicated, I know, but the idea is actually super simple. When you think about your future self, your brain uses the same parts it uses to think about other people. So, when you say, "I'll do it tomorrow," you're not just delaying a task, you are literally handing it off to a stranger.
And this is where the whole thing falls apart. Let's break it down. For present you, right now, that responsibility feels real, it's urgent. And the pain of starting, you feel that right now. But for future you, nah. The responsibility feels kind of abstract, it's their problem. And the pain, that's for later. This creates the perfect little mental escape hatch to avoid doing anything difficult right now.
So we know what our brain is doing, but the next question is why? Why would our brain engage in this kind of self-sabotage? Well, it turns out it's a really powerful way our ego protects itself. I love this way of thinking about it. That phrase, one day, it's not a real plan. It's a mental lullaby. It's a soothing story your ego tells itself to calm down all its anxieties about the task ahead. It makes us feel good now, even though it totally messes us up later. So what exactly is this lullaby soothing? Well, first, the big one, the fear of failure. It's simple, right? If you never start, you can never fail. Your ego stays perfectly intact. It also soothes that initial discomfort of just getting started, which can be the hardest part. And finally, it protects your ego's self-image. As long as that goal is way off in the future, you get to see yourself as the kind of person who will achieve it. You know, eventually. Okay, I know, that's the problem, and it sounds kind of grim. But here's the good news. There is a clear prescription, a way out of this loop. And it all comes down to taking a belief we all have and just flipping it completely on its head. All right, here's the myth that traps pretty much all of us. We sit around and we wait. We wait for inspiration to strike, for this magical wave of motivation to wash over us so we can finally get started. We think motivation has to come before the action. But the reality, the actual science of it, is the complete opposite. Action is the spark. Action creates motivation. Motivation isn't something you find or wait for, it's something you build. You take one small step, you get a little bit of clarity, and that is what fuels the real desire to keep going. Which brings us to this beautiful, simple cycle, the motivation loop. It's so easy. Step 1, take one small, almost laughably easy action. Just do something. That immediately leads to step 2, you gain a tiny bit of clarity, a small sense of progress. And that clarity, that little win, creates step 3, a genuine spark of motivation. And what do you do with that spark? Step 4, you use it to take the next small action, and you just repeat the loop, building momentum as you go. So that leaves us with one final question. I want you to think about that future you, that stranger you've been dumping all your hard work on. What is one small task you can take back from them? One thing you can do for yourself, right now, to kickstart that motivation loop. Because the real power isn't in planning for one day, it's in the action you take today.